Hey, and welcome back for another Treasure Hunting Tuesday video. So this one today is just easy peasy quick charm beads. And what I've got here is I just like to take a few different kinds of beads and pour them into a bowl, and then I can just grab them out in a total random pattern and put them on my wire. So I've also got a little mix of copper and brown beads here, and then I've got my charm that I'm going to use today and some little pale gold beads, and then this is just another mix like this one here. So these came out of, let me show you these, they're really fun. These all came out of this mix, of course, and then I did throw, I don't have these little wood beads in here, but I just went ahead and threw some of those on anyway. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do this, like everything else. Let me show you these two. As you can see with these two beads, there's two different ways of doing this. You can get your wire in a flathead like this, or with the eye pins like this, and you can tell, of course, these are two different sizes, and you want to make different sizes. What I will do is make a bunch this size, and then I'll make a bunch longer and a bunch shorter, but I just stick with the same size for that one sitting. You know what I'm saying? So this one's got the flat head, and then this one's got the eyelet, so that you can attach it to something and put a charm on it. So that's the difference between those. These are all the ones I've made lately, and I've got quite a few here, and I love to work off these trays. I got this little tray at Tuesday morning, and they used to have a bunch of these, and I'm so disappointed because I haven't been able to find these now, but you can still find a lot of different fun trays there anyway. They just haven't tended to have this style. But let me move this for a second. So before I move it, let me talk for a minute about this. So these can be, of course, used for earrings, junk journal dangles, pendants, whatever you can imagine. I don't know if they would be strong enough to hold up as a keychain element. If you were really careful, they would be, but if you're in and out of your purse, I probably wouldn't do that. But one thing that I love to use these for are these necklaces. I'm going to set this aside and be right back. So here's one of these necklaces I made a long time ago, and this is simply made with fabric tied in knots, and then I like to add hemp to add my little beads. I like to have a combination of beads along the necklace, and I do have a video on how to make this exact necklace. It is not the greatest video, but I will link it below. It took me a long time to get my music volume right, and it just wasn't that great. So, but it's good information. So here what I've done is I've just added a piece of wire and then a closure, just a toggle and clasp closure, which you don't need because these necklaces are so long, you don't need this. But I wanted to make this part to add interest. So if you're interested in learning how to make this, you can click on that below. But that's the idea for a lot of these charms that I have. Here's what I like to do with them, and I've got wire wrapping videos. I have a little jewelry making playlist, and it is growing a bit now, so you can check that out. I'll link that as well. So what I like to do is just add my little bead things once I get them all done, and then they're ready to go for these necklaces. Now these rings, I used to easily find these at Hobby Lobby, and they got rid of them, and I bought a bunch when they had them, and I'm really glad I did because they're getting tougher and tougher to find. So I'm sure you can find them online. When you come across these, if you like this style, definitely snag them up. So this is the very first necklace I made in this style, and it has the same wire and toggle and clasp on it too. Now a lot of these that I've made since, I don't do this part, I just do fabric all the way. But I show you how to do both in the video. But anyway, I am getting ready to launch my jewelry line, and it is called Elementals by Kory, and I've been working really hard to get a bunch of the jewelry done. So that will be, as soon as I have a bunch ready to list in my Etsy shop, I'm gonna come on here and show you guys what I've made, and I'm going to have a really big launch sale. So look forward to that. If you haven't subscribed yet, got a bunch of fun stuff coming. Now for this little charm today, we're just going to be using this little factory cut eye pin that I have, and I've got my smooth needle nose pliers here. These are all you're going to need, and I've got my curved sawtooth pliers, and I swear by these. These are a must-have tool for me. And then my round nose pliers. Very simple little thing to do here. So all I do is, the very first thing you want to do with any of these pins is you want to put what's called a seed bead. These are seed beads. These are large seed beads, and there are smaller, so if you like to work small, go for it. I don't, but you definitely want one of these on first, and then I just grab a few beads. I don't even look, and I will just start stringing them on. And if the pattern looks way too repetitive or doesn't look good, I will change it up a little bit. So I really like this mix of copper and brown and pale gold beads here too. And I wanted to talk metals for a minute. So you just want to get this to the point where you can make a loop. I'm going to top it off with another one of these bright beads. I like to work with bigger beads just because it's easier. So a lot of people like to work small, and that's great. So let me bring you in now that we've done that. Here's what we've got so far. So you just, as always, want to bend this over quite far. You want it further than 90 degrees if you can get it. Sometimes I can't always get it, but 90 degrees is okay. So then you want to make sure your end is flush with your pliers, and you just want to come in and make your loop, of course, like we always do. Now here's where my sawtooth come in really handy. See how that's partly open right there? You want to come in with these and just clamp that down closed. And these work great for this step. Now you can really whip out a bunch of these in a hurry. These go really, really fast for me. So now that I've got that closed, I just want to kind of straighten that up. And then you end up with this. Then you just simply take your jump ring, and I always go sideways, of course, and then throw your little charm on there. I have these really cute little unicorns today. I have all different kinds of charms. Some of them go with what I'm doing, and some of them don't. I really need some more nature-inspired charms right now, so I'll be looking for those. And then you just want to take your other pliers and realign that together. Very simple, just like we always do. And then there is your beautiful little bead and charm. So now, where did I put it? So then if you're making a charm necklace, you just want to take your ring and you want to line everything up and just take a look at it and make sure that your lengths are kind of balanced out here. And then I like this one on this end here, so I'm just going to pop another jump ring on, and I've gone with really bright gold on this one. And let's talk about that for a minute. Now, I don't ever mind mixing copper and bright gold and pale gold together, but I don't like to mix silver and gold or silver and copper. It's just my own personal preference. I do, however, like to mix pale silver with bright silver, but I definitely keep the silvers and the golds separate. And of course you can do whatever you wish. It's just my own personal preference. And as you guys can tell from so many of my videos, I prefer the gold and coppers to the silver. I rarely work with silver, but now with this jewelry line, I'm going to be working with it a lot more because I want to offer it, because, you know, not everybody likes gold. My daughter, for one, she loves silver and does not like the look of gold at all. So got to be able to do both. But here's how this looks. And see, I've got this bright copper wiring on this cute little bead here, and then all the gold. And I just think it looks nice together. And then this one's got the pale gold and then the bright gold. So you can really mix it up and have such fun with this. So I hope you give this a shot, and I'm really glad you stopped by today, and hit that subscribe and like button, and I will see you real soon. Have a great day.